Every profession has its challenges, and every challenge has the potential for error. As doctors, we're no strangers to this. But what exactly is error? Error is a deviation or mistake from what was expected or prescribed. It may be due to multiple factors, such as insufficient knowledge, lack of communication, or human error. Speaking of human error, it is a universal trait. We are all prone to it, regardless of context or timing. Strategies have been developed to minimize errors, particularly through procedural revisions, system design, and automation. Yet, new types of errors can arise from these modifications. Therefore, we must place an emphasis on building systems that are error-tolerant, emphasizing recovery from errors rather than solely focusing on prevention. Remember, human error is rarely just an accident. It's often the result of a multitude of factors. Avoid placing blame solely on the last human operator. Some statistics tell us that 50 to 70% of aviation disasters, 70% of shipping accidents, and between 60 and 85% of shuttle incidents are caused by human error. But remember, error is not the end, but an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to better our systems. And as doctors, that is what we strive for, applying knowledge, improving communication, and continually learning to deliver safe and effective care. In the year 2012, the world was stunned by the Costa Concordia disaster, an incident where a cruise ship capsized off the coast of Italy due to navigational errors. Similarly, between 60 to 85% of NASA's shuttle incidents were a result of errors. The Space Shuttle Challenger disaster remains one of the most heartbreaking examples of this. Shifting focus to the domain of healthcare, the reality grows more alarming. In the USA alone, an estimated 98,000 deaths occur each year, mainly through medication errors. The consequences can be grave, notably with the use of complex equipment like an anesthetic machine. At the sharp end of failure, we find an intricate web of users, groups, organizations, regulations, and technology, each playing their part in a larger system where failure isn't an option. This complex interplay makes error prevention an indispensable part of patient safety. It's about creating processes and procedures to minimize chances of errors and ensure swift identification and resolution. Common errors in healthcare can typically be categorized into human error, equipment malfunction, and flaws in process. But it's human error that stands as the most common cause of mishaps across industries, making prevention, recognition, and reporting of such errors a matter of the utmost priority. Patient safety first, because there's no room for error in saving lives. In the ever-evolving landscape of industries, errors are a common occurrence. These errors often root from human mistakes, process flaws, and equipment malfunction. Experts agree that human error is by far the most common cause of problems in any industry. Think incorrect data entry or machinery being incorrectly operated. There's also equipment malfunction, as when a vital piece of machinery breaks down or a computer system crashes unexpectedly. Process flaws, too, like inadequate training or a communication gap, can result in errors that impact businesses in a significant way. By understanding and appropriately addressing these common errors, organizations can put into operation error-based prevention strategies to minimize risks and enhance efficiency. But one might ask, how can such errors be effectively prevented? It requires a comprehensive approach, and this approach involves three crucial steps: identifying errors, correcting errors, and communicating about these errors. Recognizing that an error has occurred, understanding why it happened, is the first step. Taking necessary action to correct these errors to prevent them from reoccurring is step 2. Ensuring every stakeholder in the process is aware of the errors made, the corrective action taken, and preventive measures for the future forms the final step. Error prevention thus requires a thorough and proactive approach, balancing error identification, correction, and effective communication. When we understand, correct, and communicate, we create a circle of perpetual improvement, an environment where errors are not feared. Instead, they are catalysts for growth. Our mission as healthcare professionals? Transforming errors into opportunities for improvement and learning. In our pursuit of medical perfection, it's paramount to utilize a comprehensive approach that includes identifying errors, correcting them, and communicating effectively to prevent any reoccurrence. We are focusing on the critical aspects where there is often room for improvement. Let's begin with human active sharp-end errors. Humans, arguably, are the most crucial component of the healthcare system. Interacting constantly with each other and other system components, we can be points of both vulnerability and strength. Risk managers and incident reviewers strive to understand the nature and types of human errors. Such insights can help us understand how an event unfolded and how it might be prevented or mitigated in the future. Errors can arise from intended or unintended actions. Let's delve deeper. Unintended actions can involve lapses, such as memory failures resulting in skipping steps, or slips, attentional failures leading to misordering or omissions. These could be caused by distractions, interruptions, fatigue, or stress. While such errors are challenging to eliminate completely, we can certainly reduce their likelihood through work, device, or environmental redesign. Intended actions, on the other hand, typically involve mistakes due to insufficient knowledge or incorrect application. It's a stark reminder that continuous learning is a crucial aspect of medical professions. By recognizing and acknowledging all facets of human interactions within our healthcare system, we can aim at a reduced error rate and a more efficient, safer healthcare experience for all. Let's continue to advance in our journey to excellence, one step at a time. In shaping a safer healthcare environment, practical redesigning of devices and surroundings can play a crucial role in minimizing errors. Errors often stem from either mistakes or inadequate knowledge. Mistakes, an unintended consequence of a particular action. These might arise from the application of the wrong rule or heuristic and could be caused by lack of experience or insufficient training. These can be reduced with effective training, appropriate supervision, and interventions to improve diagnostic reasoning. Violations relate to the disregard of accepted, appropriate, or expected practices and protocols. Routine violations stem from learned tacit acceptance over time, often due to poorly designed processes. Situational, optimizing, or reasoned violations occur when the risks and benefits are carefully assessed, with a violation made to prevent or mitigate harm. Reckless violations see a deliberate disregard for protocols. Harm is foreseeable, but not intended. Sabotage, violations intended to cause harm. Risk reduction strategies vary depending on the type of violation and may include systems redesign, protocol revisions, or proportionate discipline. While there have been numerous attempts to classify human errors, no definitive model exists, leading many to argue that there will never be one. However, understanding the forms of human error and their causes are vital in making strides towards a safer healthcare environment. Doctors, we all strive for perfection, but human error is inherent in our profession. While there's no definitive model for understanding human error, several taxonomies have been proposed, and today we will examine 3 of them. These include THERP, or Technique for Human Error Rate Prediction, GEMS, or Generic Error Modeling System, and CREAM, which stands for Cognitive Reliability and Error Analysis Method. Starting with THERP, it outlines 4 types of human actions. They can be correct, where actions are performed as specified. There can be errors of omission, where an action is left out. Errors of commission involve an action that is inadequate, mistimed, out of sequence, or not of quality. And finally, extraneous actions, which are unexpected at a particular time. THERP enables us to build probabilities of these errors, providing insight on potential areas of concern. However, one must remember that it assumes a perfect specification. This means it views any deviation from the specification as an error, which is not always the case in reality.